For this week's Black History Month fact, we'll be talking about Richard Allen. Born into slavery in 1760, Allen later bought his freedom and went on to found the first national black church in the United States. It was named the African Methodist Episcopal Church, and it was founded in 1816. You're now tuned into the second season of Atypical Voices in Our Time with co-hosts Jay Stokes, Koya, and Jay Random.
Okay, let's take 12 now. Let's take 2.
Welcome to the AVIOT podcast, y'all.
That's AVIOT.
Hey guys, welcome to the AVIOT podcast. Woo! Insert the sound effects. As usual, my lovely co-hosts Jay Random and Jay Stokes. Hey guys, how you feeling? Woo!
What's going on?
Yeah, Koya's trying to pep us up right now because I'm dead and Random is fried.
Oh no.
No, guys, we're doing great.
All right, yeah, what's going on? What's going on? Let's get it.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if my mood's gonna change, but anyways.
It needs to.
Anyways. Yeah, let's get into this first topic of today. I don't know if any of y'all have heard the news, but pretty much Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban, or majority owner, I should say. Yeah. Mark Cuban, he wanted the national anthem not to be played during their basketball games at home. Mm-hmm. And basically the NBA stepped in and said, nah, we're not doing that. Damn. So they're mandating that all teams in the NBA play the national anthem. So what are y'all thoughts on that subject? Did you think that the NBA had a right to do so? Weigh in.
Well, the NBA knows that they control these people's livelihoods, so I feel like they just take advantage of it and abuse the system, and they're usually owned by racists, so there's no surprise there. I didn't know that they did that. I heard about his portion of it, but not theirs. But no, there's no surprise. They feel like they have ownership over these people. So.
Yeah. Once again, I'm not surprised either. I always thought it was mandatory anyway for all NBA games to have the anthem. So I'm not surprised. I mean, I don't understand why Mark Cuban decided not to do it, knowing that ever since, I forgot the basketball player name who played on the Bulls when he was when he didn't stand for the anthem. I forgot his name. Dang, it was.
I'm looking it up.
Yeah, I know. No, that's cool. But I'm saying, like, I always thought it was something they had to do. You know, it's the NFL that it's not mandatory, but I think the NBA it is mandatory. So I don't understand what Mark Cuban goal was if it's like in the bylaws that you gotta.
He's trying to say he's for the people.
Yeah, okay, you could be for the people, but at the end of the day, I guess NBA showed him that you think you are a boss, but we still own you.
Right.
Mahmoud Abdul Rauf. Yeah,
yes,
that's him.
Yeah,
for the Chicago Bulls. Basically, though, by the NBA mandating that everybody stand for the national anthem. Well, first, let me address your question. Basically, Mark Cuban, he was taken away. He wanted the national anthem taken away when they were playing because he had a conversation with the players and he felt that the national anthem did not represent everybody correctly. So. Okay. That's why he wanted to listen to the players. And that's what you should be doing as an owner, listening to the concerns of the players. And by the NBA mandating that everybody stand for the national anthem, I looked at this article briefly and they said it undermines all of the things they did in the bubble. This Black Lives Matter and all this stuff talking about racial equality, having people mandatorily, that's not a word, having people stand for the national anthem.
Words all the time.
All right. Having people stand for the national anthem, it undermines all of that. It basically says, oh, we just did this for show because that was the time. George Floyd passed, Breonna Taylor passed, and that was the time. So we did this because we're hopping on the trend. And
exactly.
Like most companies did. They didn't do anything for Black Lives Matter. What you put more black people in the magazine, whoop-de-doo.
I know. You got a point.
Yeah, like the Aunt Jemima thing. They change it to the Patty Mills company.
The
it sounded even worse.
We're good.
It sounded even worse.
I'm gonna go ahead and ride out from Miss Butterworths or Log Cabin. What do you call it? Cabin, log cabin, whatever.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yo, ever since that, I think we get
Mill Company.
Yeah, you know what?
Pearl Mill Company, yes.
Yeah, Pearl Mill Company.
I said Patty Mills.
It's all right. It's the same thing. You sound like me.
It don't matter what
Sound like me. Sound like me.
Man.
You know we're related. But no, to be honest, ever since that happened, now we only eat Hungry Jack up in here. So let's Hungry Jack F up.
You know, Bisquick is really good. If you get somebody that's a little older that really know how to make pancakes, they put it down with that Bisquick.
Yeah, so Aunt Jemima, we ain't missing it. Yeah, it is. It is what it is.
But my question is, why are you boycotting the Patty Miller? What is it?
I'm not boycotting them. I just don't want it no more.
Yeah, I don't want it no more either.
Why not?
I just don't.
Because of the name change?
Yeah, the flavor gone too. I'm done with it.
Yo,
it ain't the same. I know it's not.
Listen, I got rid of Uncle Ben's. I've been got rid of Uncle Ben's though.
I stopped being Uncle Ben's a long time ago.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's just like, I think for me, it's kind of like, it's a smack in the face for the people that already were complaining about this before they thought to change their name. I mean, it's like, you change your name, like, okay. For me, it's like, you change your name, you just called yourself out. Thank you. I wasn't eating you well, I wasn't eating your products anyway. And that's it. Like as far as Aunt Jemima, I'm not missing anything. I make my own pancakes. Only needs egg, flour, and some other stuff, water, and some other stuff.
Some other stuff. I'm like, you better go get that Hungry Jack mix and some other stuff.
Exactly. That sounds so good.
Hey,
that sounds sus as hell, right?
I don't remember the ingredients, but listen, okay. Make it your own self. The hell.
Shaking my head. But I think that with the national anthem and the NBA, what Mark Cuban was doing, that was bigger than just a symbolic thing. With Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben's, whatever they're changing their names to, that's just it's just symbolic.
Saving
it's not
face.
Exactly. It's saving face, but removing the national anthem from the game, I think personally, that is a big statement. That's saying, nah, we're not standing for these old traditions anymore that harm people. It's like, if you were like, okay, let's say you are a Jewish person that grew up in Nazi Germany, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they had their national anthem playing that whole time while you are oppressed, right? I mean, the connection, it's never going to be totally comparable, but how would you feel as a Jewish person living in Germany today, hearing that same national anthem by the Nazis playing all the time?
Yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying, but when it's all said and done, I think I look at it like, it's a good thing that Mark Cuban was trying to actually make a change. But I think in the end, it just called the NBA out. And he works for the NBA. So what are you going to do now?
I don't think he works for the NBA because remember, the NBA is a collection of the different owners' teams. So it's not necessarily that he works for them.
Well, I bet you he has to do what they tell him to do.
Yeah, good point.
So you work for him. Because a boss would be like, yo, listen, I'm going to do what I want to do, and that's that. So if
you could just take your team, be like, all right, peace out. I'm going to take my team someplace else.
His team suck anyway. So, I mean, he probably be doing them a favor. I mean, they bums. I mean, how you get beat by the Warriors, my team? Like, and the Warriors like so man down short is like
Curry balling everybody. Though.
Curry balling, but I be Draymond scoring 2 points on a given night. So it is what it is, man.
The fact of the matter is, though, instead of doing these little symbolic things, we really need to follow suit with really hitting people where it hurts, which tends to be their wallet. So, for example, remember when Gucci had their whole blackface thing? The Gucci, they had people still buying Gucci. If you really about that life, stop buying Gucci. Like forever.
Yes,
that's if you really about that life. No, seriously, no. Gucci, so listen.
I'll boycott it. I never.
Ever since H&M did that coolest monkey in the yard or whatever, I never went to H&M again. Like you got to stand your ground.
That's correct.
You got to stand your ground. And I'm going to go there with the NFL, with everything that happened to Colin Kaepernick and all this and that. If you really about it, stop watching the NFL.
Well, can I say something real quick? I'm always going to have an argument with Colin Kaepernick.
You will.
And this is the only thing. No. This is my only argument. This is my only argument. People tend to forget Colin Kaepernick. I think one bad move he made was that he opted out of his contract. Colin Kaepernick, he basically left his job because when you opt out of your contract, you do not have to opt out of your contract. So which means, okay, so within that year, he would have got paid and then they probably would have kicked him out. But still, he opted out and he didn't have a job and then they ain't let him back in. So, I mean, that's my only problem. Like, as far as, yo, Colin, man, yo, you were better off on the microphone than say I'm gonna opt out and I'm gonna find another team. It's like you hot. Now's the time no one's gonna bother, like no one's gonna hire you.
But that is the big problem, though. The fact that I understand your gripe with him opting out, but the bigger issue is the fact that no other team will touch him, I think.
No other team can touch him because he's always going to be the spokesperson that they don't want to hear.
Yes.
Correct. On a good day or a bad day, meaning, he's going to be more of a figure than a football player. So, no team want that.
I mean, listen, that's what it is. I stopped watching the NFL ever since. Like, Super Bowl, if I get invited to a Super Bowl party, I'm not going to be a miser and be like, nah, I'm not going to do it. I'm still going to go to a Super Bowl party, but like this Super Bowl, I was just chilling at home. I never watched it.
I think everybody's chilling at home, just till this pandemic.
Please, people still had Super Bowl parties.
I don't know who did, but I tell you one thing, but you didn't have to worry about me. It was just me and my family. We watched it until I knew they was cheating and I bounced.
Oh, so Tom Brady and them really did cheat?
Nah, they ain't cheat. The refs. You know what? Tom Brady did. Let me tell you something. Tom Brady had an excellent game. I just think that the refs were just a little too flag heavy. Like every time the Chiefs did something, they would just call a flag. So it was annoying after a while. The halftime show was amazing. I thought it was. My wife and I, I think he did a good job.
Amazing?
Well, I mean, come on, it's a halftime.
Coy,
what else halftime is good?
You still stuck on Beyonce. I hope you're not still stuck on Beyonce with her halftime performance.
Stuck on what?
Because you said you
ever?
No, you said Beyonce was the best one ever.
Yeah, I was being sarcastic.
Oh, I'm about to say.
I don't care about. He's the only person I heard use that word. That's why I was like, oh, you thought it was amazing. I wasn't like, that's
I mean,
nobody else has used that word.
So I mean,
okay, but I didn't see it. I tried to watch it for like 60 seconds the other night. I didn't get that far.
I just see the memes. Him and that whatever he looking around in that room.
Yeah.
He got it with that one.
Yeah. No, I mean, for me, it was kind of like it's halftime. Normally, I'm doing something else. This time, I actually watched it, and I like The Weeknd, so that's why that's why for me it wasn't bad. It was like okay.
I used to like him. Before he got big, I thought his music was way better then.
Oh no, it is now. His music's so mainstream, but
right.
Yeah, so
he always get his heart broken.
Yes.
Stop dealing with the Anglos and the Pilgrims, child.
There you go. They're gonna do it to you.
Oh, well.
It is what it is.
Somebody had to say it.
But a halftime performance a lot of people sleep on is Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars did an excellent job.
See, I don't remember his.
Because his came the year after Beyonce, so everybody was still stuck on Beyonce.
People still watching
Beyonce. Really do?
Beyonce's wasn't all that.
What did she do?
But Beyonce's wasn't all that.
Right? Beyonce's doing like the drums and shit.
She's a good performer anyway.
She's a good performer, but her show wasn't all that. Like, because remember, I'm
having people writing beehives up under the AVIOT Instagram.
I know.
Oh, that's great. We need the views. Oh no, we need the views. Go ahead, put the beehives.
No, I'm just joking.
Care. Nah, but Prince. My top is Prince. No one has topped that in my opinion. Like Prince, dude is playing the electric guitar, Purple Rain, and then it just starts raining all of a sudden. Come on, this dude. That's what turned me into a Prince fan. I didn't even know who Prince was until then. And then I was like, what? Like, well, I knew who Prince was, but I never really listened to his music.
Never saw Prince's. No, I'm messing with you.
I don't remember his.
Oh, Prince's is excellent.
I'll take your word for it.
I'm going to take your word for it, too.
Prince is excellent.
I don't remember any of them except Beyonce's.
Michael Jackson.
I don't remember any of them either except Beyonce's.
Michael Jackson, he popped out, turned his head. Everybody started screaming and hollering.
Wait a minute. Michael Jackson did what's it?
Yeah, now you're going to have me on YouTube.
Was that the one when he burnt his Jerry curl?
Oh, no.
I know.
No, I think that was like a Pepsi.
That was, I know. I know.
Of course. Shaking my head. Anyways, because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right? Because they won the Super Bowl, now, and I knew this was going to happen. Now the conversation is gearing towards, is Tom Brady the greatest athlete ever? Is Tom Brady the greatest team sports player ever?
Nope.
And I said, why? Why are you? And this is my issue. It seems like media is still searching for that great white hope. Every time a white athlete does great, it's always, are they the greatest?
Black people love Tom Brady, though.
But here's the issue with Tom Brady, though. a lot of black people don't get the opportunities to play quarterbacks. Like they are ousted from that position. It's like, you got to play running back or wide receiver. And so all the whites, they always get that opportunity. There's like a bunch of research, a bunch of papers written on this about how even though football is predominantly black, because the quarterback is usually white, it's like this superiority. Like they're controlling the players. They're the ones in charge.
Primarily ran by, the white men run all the stuff behind the scenes anyway, so they're going to put who they want in certain positions.
Yeah, just Random, like you want to win?
Say that last part? I didn't hear you. You said I want to chime in? Yeah, so basically, no, I agree. When I look at Tom Brady or even Ben Roethlisberger, yeah, they always feel like, well, let's stick to Tom Brady. Tom Brady they always put Tom Brady on that pedestal, and Tom Brady gets rules that no one else gets. I mean, if you just look at back in 2001, I think, when they played the Raiders, and it was clearly a fumble, and they said it wasn't a forward pass. So you can't touch him. You can barely breathe on him, but he's always in other players' faces, especially when he's winning. I mean, that Brady talk. Yo, Brady talk a lot of junk.
I saw him singing "Diddy, We Ain't Going Nowhere" the other day.
Yo, we saw how drunk he was though. He was toe up.
Oh my goodness,
that's how drunk Brady was trying
blind.
Yes, he was drunk. He was so drunk somebody had to hold him up.
He was leaning to the side.
Yeah,
I'm like, what's
one of his fronties. Yeah, one of his buddies had to like hold him up and walk him, and he was just like
he's celebrating life. Huh?
Yeah, it's like he's celebrating life a little too late because he's 40. This is his seventh ring, but he's treated like it's his first.
Not too late. Good night.
Yeah, but nah, I mean, so to answer your question, Jay Stokes, yeah, I hate to watch football when Lamar Jackson is just lighting it up and they're not giving him the credit. His
squad has never been good. Like, I was invited to watch a Baltimore Ravens game last year, and I was like, this is the first time I watched football forever. And I was looking like, yo, his team just sucks. Like, he's trying his best, but his team sucks.
Yeah. His team, so
a quarterback is only as good as the team.
No, and that's the problem.
Got to catch the ball.
Defense won that game. It wasn't just Tom Brady. It was everybody on that defense. So it is what it is. You know how it is. He is. And quarterbacks are the highest paid. There's quarterbacks.
How convenient is it that?
Yep, it's quarterbacks, then there's receivers, then there's running backs, and then the list goes down. But quarterbacks is the highest paid. No. Quarterbacks gets the most. They really get the most. They take up like at least about 40 to 50% of the salary, as a whole for the team. So yeah, it's crazy. Matter of fact, Patrick Mahomes, the one who lost in the Super Bowl, he got a $504 million contract.
Wow.
Yep.
$504 million contract.
Yes.
And we got people who are starving in the United States. Huh? How? How?
To get that man. See, but this contract
doesn't prioritize.
No, exactly. But the contract they gave him is a 10-year contract. No one ever has a 10-year contract. But the second highest was Deshaun
Jackson?
No.
Deshaun Watson?
Watson, yeah.
Deshaun Watts? I don't know.
Watson, yeah, you're right. Watson, yeah. He got $160 million. So I mean, these guys are eating, but you'll never see no one else besides quarterbacks making that money. So
for a person who doesn't know football, I sure know a lot of names.
Yeah, Watson. Well, everybody know about Deshaun now. He's trying to leave the Texans. So yeah. I mean, he's trending. So
shaking my head. And the thing about Tom Brady winning, which I thought was terrible, is that he won on Black History Month. Come on. This racist white boy, because you seen that Make America Great Again hat in the back when he had the press conference.
Racist, but isn't it true that all the coaches on the Buccaneers are black though?
No, assistant coaches. Oh, the head coach. Yeah.
You had a point. She had a point. She had a point line right there.
Damn. Yeah. Try to uplift my brother during Black History Month, Lord.
I've been having a hard Black History Month.
Okay. You a Gorilla's Blue girl, child. Y'all neck and neck, ain't you?
She the last topic. All right. We'll talk about her last. But speaking of Black History Month, the Michigan GOP candidate for governor,
Yeah.
His name is Austin Chenge. Chenge, I think I pronounced it correctly. I think that's Nigerian. I don't know. It might be Nigerian, it might not. But anyways, he wants to cancel Black History Month in Michigan. He says that's not fair to other cultures, other races. Wow. We should just have an American.
He's Black.
But he's not he's not Black American. That's the thing.
He needs to shut the hell up.
Yeah, I think that let's
get them little 28 days, sometimes 29.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, where does he come in?
Yeah.
People need to stop. Like, just because
you're not even from here.
Yeah, like, come on already. You violating for so many reasons, sir.
Yeah, I agree. I have a problem with that.
Talk about him no more. He's a cunt.
Oh, I'm about to say, I thought he was married to a white woman. He's married to a Black woman. But
I don't care.
The wig looks terrible. My Lord. Oh, my Lord. Lady. Yeah, the wig looks terrible. Why?
And now for a quick commercial break.
AVIOT now has its own Instagram page. Make sure to follow us at AVIOT_podcast. That's AVIOT_podcast. There, you'll see some of the mess we get into off the mic, as well as some promo for other products associated with the podcast. Also, we have behind-the-scenes videos, just in case you want to get to know us more. Don't miss out.
I don't understand. My thing is this. Black women. Okay, I gotta say this. If you're gonna wear the weave, if you're gonna wear the wigs, please make sure the thing is fixed up right. Don't just pick out anything, just plop it on your head. Come on, man.
Giving casket. Mm-hmm.
Seriously. Like, it's terrible because, a lot of Black women, don't tell me what to do with my hair. No. Here's the thing. If you spend 90% of your life with something else on your hair, can you really say that you truly love yourself or your hair?
I don't know. Corey, you got to answer that.
You can still love yourself.
Boy.
What?
You know what? Corey got a point because can't nobody tell me that people with toupees do not love themselves.
Yeah, what one got to do with the other?
No, they're wearing toupees because they're ashamed of that baldness. That's why.
No, but I know, so they love themselves.
Like that. No, but they don't like their hair. They don't like how their hair presented. You can use that same argument.
Look, people wear weave. I think we had this discussion. People wear weave because it's more manageable. The styles last longer, stuff like that.
And I think
I dislike myself, so I'm putting on a wig. It's like, no, I don't want to look like I got electrocuted and I got shit to do in about 5 minutes. I'm going to slap this wig on. It's a lot of work for our hair.
And that's my counter.
Jay would be on the couch for like 7 hours on Sunday with her little concoctions and avocado mixes for her hair.
Yeah.
It's loathing in it. It's a process.
I think if you grow up in an environment, right, where that is a natural way of life, where you're maintaining your actual natural hair, then I don't think that argument comes forward. And
what do you mean?
All right. In the absence of European control or European dominance, Black people maintain their own hair, right? They didn't have these excuses. My hair is hard to manage. It was just a way of life. So now that you're introduced with a new thing, now you're like, oh, well, this is easier. Oh, I can't maintain my hair. No, it's because
it's easier. You said it the first time.
Yeah.
No, it's because it's a conditioning. Is that price easier when you're paying $500 a month for it?
Well, listen, some of these people with natural hair really need to go back to something else. Just bald it, because I used to work with people that look like silly.
Damn.
Yeah,
from Color Purple.
Like, it's just different beauty standards nowadays.
Yeah, so they get natural hair back.
Beauty standards always geared towards European. That's the problem.
So?
It always gears towards you. My issue is, what is that teaching our young Black girls? Because my thing is, when they see all of these people,
teaching them that you might have to put a little European hair on to get the job that you want because we are Black in America.
That's a problem. That's a problem. We shouldn't stand for that.
Both right.
You shouldn't stand for that.
Yeah, both right though.
Okay, so stand for it, not stand for it. No money. What we about to do? Everybody got to eat.
Yeah.
Like,
create your own lane.
The white guy had bud hair, right? And then they had a Black guy. He had like a nice fade. It was a little higher, a little slit on the side. And they said that his hairstyle, which was groomed well, the Black guy was unprofessional. The white man with the bed head, his shit was just fine. So it's just society's standards, like, and whatever they do is right.
No,
but would you rather live on your knees, or would you rather go out on your feet?
Where are we going?
Because
talk about it.
My thing is, like, I'm not gonna live my life on my knees. So I'm gonna stand on my feet, and if is to my detriment, then it is what it is. At least I went out with pride. You know what I mean? Like you can't, that's not a way to go about life. Like that's conquered. Like you really want to be conquered like that?
It's not, we can't look at it like that when we're not really left with a choice. Like some black women, you know, like what if you're a single mother and you got to feed your kids? So you going on a job interview, you know what you need to look like to get the job. Now, once you get the job and you decide you want to wear your natural hair, then that's fine. But sometimes we got to speak a certain way, look a certain way, dress. That's
play
just
the game.
The name of the game.
Okay. Here's the thing though. And I agree with you 100%.
I'm going to go on my knees because I need to eat. I need to
No, I agree with you. I agree with you 100% on do what you got to do to get the job and then switch up. The problem is people don't switch up. What black woman in a high position do you see with her natural hair?
I don't know every black woman, but I know a lot of black women with natural hair, and they're
that are CEOs of companies.
I don't know. I don't go around investigating people's scalps. I don't know.
Only person I can think of off the top of my head is Ava DuVernay, right? She has her own company.
She has dreads.
Yeah, she has locks. Yeah, so
but it's not like I'm thinking like
that's her natural hair. But that's her. But locks are natural. But locks are natural.
Locks are natural, right? But when we're talking right now, right? In my mind, I'm thinking about the girls that got like the big afro and then they got to do the twist outs and they try to make it look nice. And like Jay said, 9 times out of 10, if you don't lay it down right, you look like Celia in the morning.
Oh,
natural hair is
it was rough. Embarrassing.
I haven't permed my hair in a long time, y'all. So I'll be struggling. I understand it's rough.
It was embarrassing. Like, for me, I see people in corporate world. I'm looking like, why did you come to work looking like that? Because now you represent all of us and you looking like you're a runaway,
the crazy thing
runaway.
Jared, now, I do agree with you in regards to, okay, if white people weren't around, like, infiltrating all these stupid European beauty standards on us, we wouldn't think the lady looked so crazy, but we're already conditioned.
She looked crazy. She looked crazy.
But then
she looked worse than bedhead. No, seriously. Seriously. She had like 3 or 4 braids in this. I was like, this is embarrassing.
But it leads to another thing.
Silly.
But at least another thing, white people could walk out with bedhead. We never say it's rough or it looks bad.
Yeah, that was the whole meme.
They can walk around with 5 o'clock shadow
on Instagram.
Yeah, and that's the problem. But that's the problem. And then the alternative, you'll see a lot of black women. They will even if the wig look crazy, they plop it on their head, and the wig look worse than their actual natural hair does. But they're still plopping on their head. They think that's fine.
But
they got some place to go.
Yeah, okay, exactly. I don't think he gets it. It's you just can't wake up.
To go, man.
You can't wake up and say, "Oh man, look at my." Our hair is not flimsy and lifeless like theirs. Like this shit got some substance to it. So therefore, it has to be like manipulated, moisturized, a whole bunch of shit before we can walk out the door. White women just go like that, like in the movies. Ta-da, they get to walk
or
out.
wet it, and by the time they get to work, it's dry.
They don't. Trust me, they don't. White women go through stuff. White women go through a lot with their hair too.
How do you know?
I've been to a PWI. I went to a PWI. Predominantly white institution or public white institution.
All they gotta do is wash it.
No, I've been to a PWI. I've seen how these white women maintain their hair. It's not as easy as a lot of black women like to think.
But that's because they want the fullness. They want the substance, and we want our hair flat and silky. Nobody's ever happy with what they have.
That is true.
Yeah, I think that's just a problem. I look at like just what are the messages we're teaching but look at the messages we're teaching our kids. Kids.
I'm not teaching my kids that. My daughter has natural hair. I do too.
So, Jay, let me ask you a question, Jay. So which is worse? A wig or what our homegirl did with the crazy glue? Which is worse?
How I look at it, okay, he's talking about Gorilla Glue Girl, y'all.
Yes.
So I look at it as they're both a product of the same, issue. What she did with that Gorilla Glue to keep her hair like that, she's trying to conform to a certain standard of beauty, and she used the wrong product, and she had to pay for it.
Why didn't she just get a perm?
It looked like she has a perm. Her hair was slicked as hell. She has to have a perm.
You know the crazy thing, though? When they took the Gorilla Glue out of her hair, her natural hair looked fine.
Not them edges, though.
Oh, no.
See, that's the problem right there.
Them edges was gone.
That's the problem right there.
What's the problem? You don't got no edges?
That's the problem right there.
Come on, man. When I think about no edges, I think about crackheads, no edges.
No, a lot of girls that on Instagram, the quote unquote baddies do not have edges.
I know they don't.
Any girl you see with lace front,
put that glue joint in.
10, they don't have no edges.
Oh, I know. Lace front be fucking shit up.
You gotta glue it down.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, whatever.
It's unfortunate, and I know I go hard on this, but it's more of I just don't like conformity, especially when we have natural beauty. Like, how are you going to go saying, yeah, black is beautiful, but then you don't want to wear your own hair most of the time? You know,
a lot of people also don't know how to take care of their own hair.
And that's a problem too. Like, why can't we learn how to do that? We're so busy learning how to take care of other styles of hair that we don't know how to maintain our own. Like, Coy, I give you a break because at least you have different things you do all the time. You'll be braids, you'll have the puff one day, you'll have, you know, the silky smooth. Like, you'll switch it up. So it's not like you looking like Kerry Washington all the time.
Afro kinky weave. Yeah, because I want to embrace my natural hair, so I just put a little weave in between it and then just go about my business. But I like weave, and that's just it. We all do.
How I look at it
we
is
like lashes, we like nails.
How I always looked at it was like when with a black woman that wears like a weave, that like the Indian version hair or whatever. My thing is, if I want that hair, I might as well marry an Indian, or I might as well marry a white girl. I ain't gonna be with someone with that. That's your perception because you are more in touch with your ancestors. Most guys, they're like, oh, look at that. Look, you know, they like the girls that wear the lace front wigs. They like the girls.
I hate a lace front.
Color contact.
You know why I hate a lace front? No, I hate lace fronts because they never on the head right. Like, the shit always be tilted. It be tilted. Yeah, it be down here. It be tilted. It be all over the place. They be trying
to do it themselves, and everybody can't do everything themselves. Sometimes you got to pay that money. Let the professionals lay that down.
Yo, YouTube's not going to help you all the time.
Sun visor. You got to pick it.
Yeah, do like a sun visor. It look bad. So, well,
at the end of the day, listen, just real quick, going back to the Austin Chenge thing with the Black History Month. The reason why we have Black History Month is because Black people, Black Americans, I should say more specifically, have been an integral part to the American way of life since this country's inception. We've been here longer than any other group. Like you, me, and Coy, we're part of an ancestry that has been here longer than any other group on the planet. I mean, in America on the planet.
Yeah, in America, yeah.
Outside of Native Americans, but yeah, that's a story for another day.
Exactly. So I mean, when you think about it, for him to say that he want to get rid of it is whack. You know what I'm saying? So when it's all said and done, I feel like he definitely should lose on that alone. It is Michigan, so let's see what happens.
Yeah, we will see what happens. But with that being said, Coy had to jump off the
y'all
call, so we're gonna end this podcast right here. It's been great.
Always.
Yeah, I will say y'all did pick up my mood. I'm probably gonna go back to a funk after this, but
that's all right. I'm about to go make dinner, so we all in the mood, and then go drink. Yo, tonight's a wine night. Tomorrow's Friday, man.
Tomorrow's Friday. Do y'all have Monday off?
Yes.
Okay.
You too?
Yeah.
All right, then. We'll link up. All right, yo, everybody, peace. Cuz, holla at you.
All right.
Peace.
So go a little something like this. That's AVIOT.